You're listening to Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast. Comics, television, movies, and more. If it impacts fan culture, we have something to say about it. And now, your hosts, Jordan, Cliff, and Seth.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the third annual Ka-Pow, the Pop Culture Podcast Summer Movie Challenge. We are so happy to have you. My name is Jordan Lowe.
I'm Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth.
And we have a new contestant tonight. A man whose predictive powers on a previous episode gained him a spot in our annual list. Mr. Jared Lowe.
Oh, I wanted to guess who it was.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me. I may be very bad at this. I don't know. I'm a rookie, so go easy on me.
Yeah, I remember when we did it. He's always, for like 8 years in a row, I think he's been on the movie preview of the year episode and just tradition. And he was all wild about how big Minecraft was going to be. And I don't know why we scoffed, but we did. We did.
There was definite scoffing.
Yeah, and I was like, well, this is a great reason to get him in here. Other than I don't know why he wasn't already doing it. I just want everybody to have fun. So come on in, join the party.
Thank you.
After the last 2 hours, he might not ever do anything with us.
Right.
We have all had technical difficulties.
Yeah,
it's been a challenge tonight, but at least Coach Mayer sounds a little better.
He's not Coach Mayer anymore. Chicken-Jockey Lowe.
I don't have a song for that.
Not that.
No.
We'll all throw popcorn and scream and make a mess and film ourselves being idiots.
Yeah. This is the third one, right? Well, I won last year. Jesse won the year before. Fortunately, he can't make it. He can only spread himself so thin. But we have his list, and we're gonna give his picks out here. And last year he was confused about the dates. He said that's his excuse, but this year he says he's ready. So,
so there is a possibility then that maybe, and the results show Jesse
he doesn't show up,
that.
right?
Yeah.
No, if he wins, probably that's it. Otherwise, he'll be busy.
We won't invite him otherwise.
Yeah.
I don't know how far ahead he books his podcast.
I think it's like the whole.
We got to
year.
get him on the list now.
Yeah.
Maybe 2026.
And as the stakes are, of course, we've said before, the stakes are whoever wins, this is the box office, best domestic box office, so only in the U.S. and in Canada, and you get whoever gets the most box office based on the points, I'll explain here in a minute, gets to make the rest of us watch something. The first year Jesse had us watch I persistently can't remember the title of this. The Grand Tour?
The Grand Tour or a
Disaster in Time or something like that.
Either way.
And which was a fantastic pick. I love it. I'd never seen it, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. Loved reviewing it. And then last year, I made these guys watch Big Fan just because I felt like they needed to watch it. And so now I'm satisfied they had to. And that's all it's about, is the winner's satisfaction. So come get some satisfaction, Jared. Get yours. Do you already know what you would make us watch? Have you even thought about it?
I haven't even
start thinking.
Put that thought into that's stressful too, but I'm assuming I won't win, but I don't know. That would be stressful if I do win. I'd have to come up with something good for you guys.
Well, I will give everyone a heads up. When faced with that decision last year, I was like, oh, no, it's impossible to find something everyone hasn't watched that I want them to watch. Just hey, don't worry about that so much. Just if there's a movie you really want to talk about, hopefully one or two of us hasn't seen, make us all watch it. We'll talk about it for an episode. That's the real treat.
Sounds good.
So here are the rules. We're going to pick 10 picks from 1 to 10 in order of box office, and you'll get points for them. And like getting number 1 or number 10 directly dead on will get you 13 points each. Just those specific picks, 1 and 10. The rest of them, any of that you get dead on between 2 and 9, you will get 10 points. If your pick was only 1 spot away from where it ended up, you'll get 7 points for that pick. If it's 2 spots away, you'll get 5. And if your pick was anywhere in the top 10, you'll get 3. And we will also pick 3 dark horse picks, 3 extras that might make it in the top 10 instead of your 10 picks. And if any of those are in the top 10, you can snag an extra point for those. So there's a lot of ways to get points. It's I think we've had fun the last couple of years, so we're gonna do it again. It's fun to keep track of. I'll send you guys updates, and we'll see what happens. But basically, the part of the fun is right now just revealing our lists. We haven't all seen everybody's list, so we'll see what happens here. I'm curious to see what everybody thinks of where people place things. I'm honestly, we have a lot of different lists, but we have a lot, of course, the same movies on here. There's a little differentiation along the way, but some surprises. So, does anyone have anything?
Of 3 years doing this, I feel like there were the fewest to choose from this year. I feel like our lists are going to be kind of similar because I don't feel like there were a whole lot of obvious choices. Now, sure, something will come out of left field and surprise us all, I'm sure.
Garfield's in the mix.
Right. No obvious Garfield.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't figured out. There's things there's both times we've done it before, there's been something we didn't even know was a thing that ended up being in the top 10. So that's I'm interested to see what that could possibly be.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, let's just get her going here. We're going to go through 5 people. So I say, because I know what everybody's lists are, I'm going to say we should start with Jordan. Let's just start with Jordan.
Oh boy. We start with 1, right?
Start with 1. What is the movie you think will make the most money this summer domestically?
So we got these picks in before the first.
Oh yeah. This is coming out late, but they turned these in to us before the Thunderbolts premiere, which is pre Free Comic Book Day weekend, which is the start date for our contest, and it goes through Labor Day weekend. So yeah, I turned this list in a couple of weeks ago, but the trailer for this movie, the full-length trailer just dropped, and I've had at least 12 people in the last 2 days ask me what I thought about it and what about this, what about that. People are buzzing about Superman. It's going to be the summer of Superman.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for what some might.
It's a lot of fire.
It's a lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny?
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of the United States.
I wasn't representing anybody except for me.
Around the world.
And doing good.
question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die. Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Your choices. Your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
Superman. He's not a man. He's an it. He's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
You have a dog?
Superhero blockbuster. These movies, even the disappointments of the last couple years, still make, oh, this movie only made $300 million. It didn't make its gross back or what, But superhero movies are still bankable. Superman is the biggest hero of all time. The most known pop culture, like the Superman Shield S logo, is the most recognizable. It's the McDonald's arch and Mickey Mouse ears. Like it's the most recognizable on the planet. So we are all comic fans and deep into pop culture, and we dissect all this stuff. But to the average moviegoer, Superman still means something. I think from what we've seen, James Gunn has figured something out. It's the start of this new DC wave, and I had to put it number one. There's some other real big movies this summer, but I'm gonna bank on Big Blue and go Superman number one.
Brave. It's brave. No, I saw that trailer and I was like, man, do I want to watch this trailer? Like, I don't know. But that's a good trailer. It's better than the 5 minutes I watched. There was some movie, I don't know whether you guys saw. Whatever movie I watched a few weeks ago, they showed 5 minutes, a 5-minute scene, and they ended up putting it online and with a whole bunch of crypto. And I thought that trailer was terrible. I really hated it.
I haven't watched anything since that first one dropped.
Yeah. Okay, well, there was a really long version of that first one a few weeks ago, and I hated it, and I was supremely worried about it. But yeah, this one from this week was really good. I say we go with Cliff here. You come in at number 2. What's your pick for the number 1 money-making movie?
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's number 1 at the box office this summer. Superman.
Soups.
I totally agree with Jordan. I don't. Let's say it's bad. I still think it's number 1. I still think, even if people are like, oh, we hate it, they will still go see it. Even if it's nothing but Snyder shaky cam Superman, that I can't tell what's even happening because the whole thing is going back and forth so quickly. Even if there's not a steady shot in it, in the whole movie, I still think it's number 1 and people go see it.
Yeah, the Snyder thing, I had thought maybe, the Snyder Bros, and there might be some concerted effort to review bomb it or to try to prove that his version is supreme, but I see that being very minimal, very just online niche, if there's any sort of backlash whatsoever.
I mean, I see where you're coming from. This is where we're going to slot Jesse in here. Jesse is like-minded. He came in with Superman, and you can't argue with that. It feels inevitable, and it's just like there's so it's iconic. It's that just the word Superman, like people are gonna just feel like they have to go see the Superman movie. That's what I think. I said that last year. Like that's gonna be the biggest movie this summer. I feel like that's got to be it. It's James Gunn on top of that.
Yeah, and they've built on top of it just being Superman, and that's enough. They have built a buzz about this movie. You know, with that first trailer, it was like, oh, and the posters, they're gorgeous. You look up. I mean, the tribute to the original Christopher Reeve Superman movie, and you know, I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, there's even more in that latest trailer that gives you those vibes. Like, it's good trailer. Jared, you come in here at 4 here. What's your number one movie going to make the most money this summer? Obviously,
so I already feel like I've failed because I did Superman. Yeah. So when we did our yearly preview, I remember we talked about Superman a little bit, and I was a little skeptical. You guys were already hyped about it back whenever we did that, January or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be big, but I don't know that it's that, that it will be number one. So I decided I had to stick with my guns. I did not make it number one on my list.
This is the kind of new blood we're getting.
Yeah.
We don't all want the same thing.
See, I'm glad I'm here because you guys are all the same, apparently. You're all a hive mind. I came in some new, fresh ideas. Okay. I said Fantastic Four was going to be number one. So I'm not, not that big of a stretch. The other big superhero
stretch, I get it.
So, you do not want to get invited.
I went with Fantastic Four.
Wow, folks, we all know the story. 4 brave astronauts head up into space and come back forever changed.
This car?
Our city, our planet, owe a debt to these intrepid souls. And while we can never repay them, we can certainly celebrate them.
Thank you, Fantastic Four. Thank you.
Thank you, Fantastic Four.
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
Herbie, how's that sauce looking? Okay. That is fantastic.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
You late?
I just said that.
Are you pregnant?
What? You're gonna be the best mom in the world. And you are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. We are gonna be the best uncles ever.
We can do this. Nothing's going to change.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death.
It's my fault. I stretched the bounds of space. And they hurt.
Are we safe?
I don't know. There's not enough time.
I'm not giving up. We will face this together. We will fight it together. As a family. It has to be us.
We will protect you.
Fantastic Four. I mean, there's some. There's
Yeah,
some,
I just think it's.
Yeah, go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say. This is your big pick.
No, I was just gonna say, I think, kind of deciding between the two big, what I thought was the two big movies. Marvel has had more success than DC traditionally at the box office, obviously, and I don't know. I just think Marvel's been a little bit, I don't think there's not been a lot to get excited about with Marvel. I think for the general public lately. And I feel like that Fantastic Four could be one where people are like, "Oh yeah, Fantastic Four, that's cool. That movie's coming out now." I'm like, it'll be that Iron Man, or our Guardians kind of thing. Even if people aren't familiar with Fantastic Four, it could be one of those big Marvel successes again, even this late in the MCU, where maybe we're not seeing as many of those big billion-dollar movies. But I don't know. That's what I went with. I'm going to stand behind it. Don't question. I will be taking no questions.
I can't question it. I mean, I won last year, but I didn't get the number one movie. I'm sure I either of those years. I think we had Barbie, which was a phenomenon, and then we had last year was Inside Out 2.
Yeah,
I didn't pick that as number one. So
that's a good defense mechanism, is not to be too sure of yourself on any of this, because none of it's
you don't want any of this
100% right.
You don't want this thrown in your face later. This is being recorded. So I'm going last here. I didn't pick either of those movies for my number one pick.
What?
What? That's the response I wanted. No, I don't freaking know. I will say, after seeing that trailer yesterday, I was pretty upset how good it looked. I was like, uh-oh, this trailer looks good. Looks a lot better than all that crypto crap I was seeing. Like, I'm not against this dog, but come on. If you watch that extended scene, it was not good.
So,
but
I had the same thought seeing that trailer. I was like, oh man, this is it. I'm not even a Superman guy. I'm like, oh, this is going to be what it's
yeah.
Yeah, I got a little
So
nervous.
That's interesting though, because like if you remember last year, the whole Fall Guy incident, like recording having our lists in before anything starts, and then recording a couple weeks or so later after we've turned those lists in, and now that things have begun, it's like we feel totally different. That your confidence is immediately gone in your list.
That's funny.
We record.
I don't really love that. I don't, because we have to talk up this list 2 weeks later when we don't believe in ourselves anymore. But yeah, I rolled the dice here on families, trying to get kids in the theater and nostalgia, and I'm going with Lilo and Stitch.
We have apprehended a dangerous experiment. Where is he?
He escaped.
He's trying to find the police cruisers.
He took the red one. What hideous planet is caught in your crosshairs?
Shooting star! I wish for a friend. Like a best friend.
What the hell?
He's so cute and fluffy.
He is your responsibility. Got it.
We promise.
Yeah.
Get down from there.
Look like an angel.
No. Control him. Hey, what are you doing? No. Dogs on the table.
You sure that's a dog?
Yeah.
Rough.
Ew. We are not keeping this thing.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind
or forgotten.
Stitch bad.
Sometimes family isn't perfect. That doesn't mean they aren't good. That's close. I don't think you're supposed to drink that.
Agent Cobra Bubbles, we have a blue dog to catch.
Shut up! No, wait!
No. I'm gonna give you to the count of 3, Stitch. 1.
I'm gonna switch it up here, and
I'm not gonna.
It's possible. That's all I can say. It's possible, and it's different than everybody else. So,
yep.
And
that makes me feel really good about my list, Seth. That you have that as number 1.
Okay, good.
I'll just say that.
Yeah, I just feel like I have asked people. I'm at baseball games with kids. Every damn day, and I'm just like, are you guys going to see Lilo and Stitch? And the answer is, my mom says we are, because their moms were kids when Lilo and Stitch was on, and so they're all going.
Oh, you don't have to ask a bunch of people. The only person you got to ask is Carly Barnes. She will tell you.
Well, yeah, yeah. I think that it's going to do. I think it's going to do great. I don't know. I don't know. I know that I can't watch Mission Impossible next week in either of our big theaters because it's Lilo and Stitched out. That's all they're showing 800 times. I'm going to Columbus. I can't watch it on the big screen. So I think they're anticipating a lot of people wanting to see that movie. And I'm just taking my shot, shooting my shot. Lilo and Stitch.
Love it.
Okay, well, that's exciting. We don't all have the same thing. We got 3 different things there at the top spot. So, let's come in here with the second spot here with Jordan. What do you got for us?
Again, it's a franchise movie. It's a sequel. I don't know. I'm not 100% confident, but I had to go with my gut. I'm a simple man, and I think dinosaurs make money. So Jurassic World Rebirth.
Oh my God.
This island was the research facility for the original Jurassic Park.
Any dinosaur is too dangerous. We're left here.
Open the door! I'm sorry.
Jurassic World, rated PG-13.
Got some new movie stars. We got some
Colin.
effects. So yeah, the dinosaur. The reviews aren't always the best, but it feels like this gets people out to the theaters. They want to see the big monsters on screen. So it's hard to bet against Jurassic Park. So.
I mean,
July,
I get it.
July 4th weekend as well. It's July,
Yeah,
opens
that's
July
a
2nd.
that's a good reason. Good reason. Jurassic is always big. Now there's no Chris Pratt this time, so I don't know whether that affects it or not. I don't know the variables involved. What's gonna affect what? But I know when I watched a couple Jurassics ago, I was sitting by that packed theater and sitting by that one guy. Told him, "You're not in your living room," and that was every seat was filled in that theater. I remember. Now it's a Harbor Freight. Cliff, what do you have at number 2?
Yeah, I kept it pretty predictable, I think, at the top. Going with Superman number 1, number 2, Fantastic Four, First Steps. Just simply because there's a good possibility. I think the studios are banking that it's going to be a superhero summer. There's several out this summer. I think they're all going to be pretty big. And I think it's going to be close. 2, 3, and 4. I do think Superman's gonna be the difference maker, but I think the next few are going to be pretty close in money. None of us know how it's going to shake out, but we lost Jared there for a second. But yeah, I just think that it looks really good. I think there's excitement after coming after Thunderbolts at this point, and I think people are jumping back on the MCU bandwagon again. So yeah, Fantastic Four. Great cast. Yeah. I'm excited about the cast.
Yeah. Jesse made a bold prediction here. He's making a move at pick number 2. I respect it. It made me rethink my own list after, I was like, ugh. I was like, man, he's going for it here. I don't know where this movie's going to end up, but you just don't know. This is the kind of movie I could totally see. This could be number 1. And we're just like, oh, why did we not know that everybody was going to go see How to Train Your Dragon live action? Those live action remakes are doing bonkers. Everybody's going to see this stuff. And people love that movie. And people are going to go watch it.
It's been long enough since the very first one. I mean, all they've done is remake the first one. So it's been a minute. I remember seeing, I think the first one at the drive-in theater. Took my kids.
Wow.
They weren't all that old back then. So
that's pre-internet.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to fault Jesse on that one bit. Yeah, I think it's going to be a moneymaker. Yeah.
It could totally happen. Let's give him a minute here to get squared away.
Ding dong. And he's back.
I'm here. Can you hear me okay? All right.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we're on my number 2, correct?
Yes.
All right. So I decided a big swing on number 2. And I was really worried. I thought I would really have to kind of defend this, and I was afraid you would laugh at me, but I feel better now because my number 2 is Lilo and Stitch. So I feel like Seth and I are on the same page here. So yeah, same thing. Those, it's not every one of them, but every once in a while, those live action remakes will just make $1 billion. Kind of, if they hit the right nerve and the right kind of combo of nostalgia and, being a decent, remake. So yeah, this is a big one that people love, have a lot of nostalgia for. So yeah, I have Lilo and Stitch at number 2 on my list.
I tell you what, Jared, a couple years ago, I think it was the first year we did this, and The Little Mermaid came out, and I had picked The Little Mermaid like top 5, and that movie did really well that summer.
Yeah.
Yep. It's and it had controversy. This one just seems like everybody's gonna love it, So it's got a good trailer. So we will see. I'm hoping, crossing my fingers. This is where I, had to, I'm not going to miss out, I got to get some points here. If Superman does take the top spot, I want to snag my 7 points here. So this is where I picked Superman. So I'm glad I did after I saw that trailer. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know how you don't go see Superman. So I hope it does good. Now, round 3 here. Back to Jordan. What do you got?
3 is where I stuck Lilo and Stitch. Again, it's Disney, and people gripe about these live action remakes and don't always love them, but they usually make a ton of money. And I feel like there's just something special about. And again, I'm an outside observer, but Lilo and Stitch just seems to have legs. It seems to have nostalgia. When we're talking about that golden age of Disney from way back in the day, and then the 90s Disney Renaissance, was that what it was called, where those were beloved.
Yeah.
And then there's kind of everything else. Like, they're all, people love them, they make a lot of money, people buy them, keep them going to the Disney Vault and all that stuff. But like, I still see a bunch of merchandise, coloring books, dolls, backpacks, and sleeping bags. Like, Lilo and Stitch is still a thing, heavy on rotation, and it's because people love it so much. And like you said, the people who loved it as a kid are having kids now. So
right.
I just feel like that's a special one from that era of this post 90s modern. What, I don't know if the Disney people have a term for that year, pre-Pixar, post 90s, pre-Pixar, whatever that is. I feel like Lilo and Stitch is that.
That's how I've always referred to that era. I've never even seen Lilo and Stitch.
I haven't either.
Wow. But it's always been there. And my nephew broke his wrist last summer, and I was like, I'll go get him a present, drop something off. He was gonna have to go get surgery and stuff, and I went to Walmart after work one morning, and he liked those whatever those stuffed animals were that are real hot. I don't know why I can't think of it, but Squishmallows or whatever. Oh, yeah. And I was like looking for one, and they had like nothing except a Stitch Squishmallow. I was like, why does this even exist? I was like, it's Stitch. That's like from 1,000,000 years ago. I was like, at first it took me a minute to even know what it was. I was like, oh, this is Stitch. Why did I buy this? He freaking loved it. He knew who it was right away and loved it. And I was like, man, what is happening? How is this relevant? So that helped me put it in number one spot.
Yeah.
And I also tried to have a little bit of strategy in that it opens late May.
Yeah,
like you said, it's in all the big theaters. It can run all summer. It can. They'll move it to a smaller theater. Parents take their kids. They don't need to see it opening weekend. This could make money all summer long.
I agree.
As an early release, kids movie, Disney movie, it just felt top 3 to me.
I love what you're saying. I don't know why you have it so low. Cliff, what do you got? Number 3.
Number 3, Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, what a good idea.
You guys may not remember, or maybe didn't pay attention, but way back in the day when the original movie came out, Disney
back in the pre-Pixar.
Yes, that era of Disney, as it's well known.
Post-Renaissance.
Yeah. I didn't want to say the whole thing. Everybody knows the whole thing.
So.
PRPP. We all know it's PRPP.
So at that point, Disney did one of the biggest pushes on a movie I have probably ever seen them do. To the point where, Stitch is he's the wild and crazy character. There was a point at Disney World where they toilet papered Cinderella's castle in a promotion for Stitch, as Stitch toilet papered the castle. And even to this day, he's all over the parks. Merch is still, like you said, still everywhere. He's super popular. So I'm sure they're doing a major, as I've heard, I've heard on Spotify and things, I've heard them running commercials for the movie, but I'm sure they're doing not as big, but I don't think they have to do as big of a merch introduction push that they did 20 years ago or whatever it was today, because just everybody knows the character and kids love him and they love Lilo, and it's going to be a big hit.
Well, Jesse's got a bunch of Stitches running around his house, so he has it at number 3. He's banking heavy on the family stuff here with How To and now Lilo, so we all have it in our top 3,
Yeah.
So we'll see where it lands. If it does well, we'll all get some points out of that. Jared, what do you got at number 3?
Yeah, I will say that I felt like I was afraid I was going to be the only one that had it that high, so I feel better that everybody kind of has it that high. I thought you guys were going to make fun of me, so I do feel better having it number 2. Number 3, so I have this lower than anywhere else, I guess, but I have Superman at number 3. Yeah, I just felt like, I I had to stick to my own guns from when I argued at the beginning of the year that I was trying to tamp down your guys' excitement by, I think my argument was like, you guys are all feeling the nerd community excitement, understandably, but I'm not convinced that like the general public is necessarily as excited. Now, I'm not saying it's going to bomb. Like, it's going to make. That's why I have it top 3. But I just think there could, if I'm going to make an argument for having it lower than anyone else, I'd say there could be maybe a little fatigue of like, there was another one a few years ago, then there was another one with the guy I like. Now there's one with the guy I don't even know who he is. Like, from the general public that's not in the nerd sphere. I don't know. I don't know how well it translates out to the normies.
I ain't watching no movie with no corn sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I know what you're saying. That's why I bumped it down to 2. I could totally see it not clicking with everyone. We don't have perspective on this. We admit, George's hearing a lot of buzz, but he works in a comic book store.
yeah. I'm not hearing buzz at my work as a counterpoint.
Samesies. Yeah.
You're not hearing it in the dugout. The kids aren't talking crypto.
No, none of them give a crap about Superman. Yeah, as they shouldn't.
Oh Lord.
Okay, and then so my number 3 is just like it's just take it to the bank. It happens every time. I don't know whether the slight changes here in cast are going to be a problem or not, but people love dinosaurs. Kids love dinosaurs. It doesn't matter if it's violent or anything. People take 4-year-olds to John Wick. They're going to take their kids to see dinosaurs. So I hope that Jurassic Park does as well as they've been doing. They keep making them because they keep making money.
Not
So
because they're good,
see.
because they make money.
No, I'm not. I don't. No, they're not good.
That is a lesson I've learned the last couple of years with this little contest we do. Is just because you want to see it doesn't mean anybody else does.
Oh, it's just what gets them through the door.
But isn't that a pretty clever? It's like, here's where we keep the dinosaurs that were too dangerous for the park. Like that. Hey, that's good. It's like we're upping the stakes. That's
I didn't even know that much. Sounds exciting. I'm going to see it. I'm going to sit by somebody that's going to talk for a very short amount of time. All right. That's the top 3. Let's get to our number 4. Jordan, what do you got?
Number 4 is where I put Fantastic Four because
That's a good way to remember it.
The 4's aligned, and that was.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's a good reason.
Yeah, I could see this being a huge blockbuster. I could see it being a disappointment. It's going to make money, but a Marvel movie, again, like I said, it has to make $1 billion to make back all the marketing budget, all the expectations. So it could still underperform. It could make $200 million and underperform or whatever. So I just have this weird feeling. Everyone is so excited. Ooh, finally, Fantastic Four. Ooh, a fresh start. We've had 3 Fantastic Four movies, and everyone has just memory hold them and acted like they never existed. And it's like, we've already done this a couple times. So there's a weird feeling of like that. This isn't new. People are sick of Marvel. It's run its course. The 60s thing is weird. People don't like a girl Silver Surfer. Like, there's all these reasons, but I still think it's going to be big. So I couldn't put it any higher. It might be even too high at 4. I'm still worried it's a little too high.
You and me both, baby. I'm just going to go ahead and say that I have it Fantastic Four at number 4, and I've regretted it ever since I submitted the list. I don't think it's going to be at number 4.
But I voted with my heart. Like Superman at number 1, I want it to make bank. I want it to be good. I want it to give people hope and have a good, heartwarming, family-friendly summer. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say number 4.
Cliff, what you got?
I got a movie that's already came out. Thunderbolts.
Big hit.
With an asterisk.
Lena, being a hero, there is no higher calling. Your sister understood something about that.
I should have come back for you.
No. That's just a fairy tale.
I was in high school when the Avengers came. Kind of strange that it's all over now. No one's coming to save the day.
I think we are. We can be the ones that are coming.
But you have the wrong people. We have all done bad things.
Look, I've been where you are. The past doesn't go away. So you can either live with it forever, or you can do something about it.
I am the void. Look what you unleashed. We can't outrun the emptiness.
We can't do this. No one here is a hero.
We all have things that we regret.
But I have so many.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
We can't stop him alone. No one can. But we can find a way. Together.
Marvel Studios Thunderbolts.
Yeah, this was my most anticipated movie, I think I said this year.
Wonderful.
I really liked it. I felt like it stood up to the high expectation I put it at when I went and saw it. Really enjoyed it. Right up my alley. I've talked about, this type of trope always appeals to me in any form. The shouldn't be there guys in this situation with impossible odds, fighting a impossible villain. Always love those stories, and so I just superhero summer.
Hey, I know what you're saying. Hey, it did good. It was a good movie.
Yeah,
and it did good. It's making money.
Pretty neat marketing idea after it came out, I thought. Something I hadn't
to confuse
seen
people and change the name of the movie.
Yeah, that was kind of. It's fine to go around and do whatever, but it's like that's weird. I don't know what you're doing here, but all right. Jesse agrees. He also has the Thunderbolts at number 4. So there you go. If he wanted to explain that, he should have been here. Jared, what do you got at number 4?
Yes, number 4.
I'm jealous. By the way.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, so it looks like Jesse and I are the only two to have it this high. Sounds like I've got How to Train Your Dragon at number 4.
Yeah.
So this again for a lot of the same reasons as Lilo. This is it's a nostalgia play. This one specifically, so my 17-year-old, like this was his jam when he was a little kid. He had all the toys and he loved How to Train Your Dragon. Like that was his thing. For a while, like he was just so into that movie as a little one. So yeah, I feel like maybe I'm a little bit biased from his perspective. I know he's excited to see that one. We saw him and I went and watched episode 3 Star Wars when it came out re-released a couple weeks ago. He wanted to see it in theaters because it came out before he was born. And there was the trailer for How to Train Your Dragon. He was just his face just lit up. Although I'm watching it, I'm like, I was a little disappointed because the dragons just look exactly the same as they did in the anime.
Doesn't matter. That's what they want.
But yeah, but I'm like, I get that's what they want to see, because if you change them, they wouldn't like it. But I'm like, but also, what's the point? What's the point of doing another movie? Like, if it's just exactly the same.
People just want to go see the same thing.
It's a shot.
That's what they did when they were kids. They just popped the thing back in and watched the same thing right again, back to back. That's
it's a comfort thing.
That's how they do it.
So so I've got Dragon at 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the turn here. I had like Jordan, I said I had Fantastic Four at number 4, and when I turned my list in, it was just within a couple days. I was like, if I was going to swap one thing, I would swap my 4 and 5, and I would put How To at number 4, put Fantastic Four under that. I don't something that's the only one that has made me question. I felt like, I don't know about that, because I don't have a lot of faith in the Fantastic Four movie. I think I'm probably going to like it, but I'm not blown away by any of the trailers. I like the 60s thing. I still don't think they're nailing the casting personally. I don't love it. I don't love any of them as their counterparts. So I really don't like the Johnny Storm's hair. I'm like, this guy looks like he shouldn't have blonde hair. Like, it just not. I don't like none of it is appealing to me. There's no Kirby. There's just I feel like they screwed it up again. But I think there's going to be a little excitement from the Thunderbolts tie-in and stuff.
When I say I'm excited about the cast, what I mean is, like, I feel like this is a major improvement over past casts. Especially that Miles Turner nonsense.
I don't think any of the casts have been good. Right. I don't think that. So, I think this is obviously a tough group to cast, and I don't think they've nailed it yet. Again, this will be the biggest one yet, and I'm excited. Yeah. I want to see it personally, but I don't know that the outside people care. Jordan, what's your deal at number 5?
Mine 5 is where I put How to Train Your Dragon. Again, this is after my time. I don't know much about it. I just know, like Jared said, for that decade or whatever, that was a huge deal for kids. And like I said, there's been long enough time that nostalgia is shorter nowadays. It only takes a couple years for nostalgia to set in. So I didn't think it could be any lower than 5. I wasn't sure how high it would go, but I knew it shouldn't be too much lower than 5. So that's
Cliff. Number 5.
Number 5. I have Jurassic World. Simply because it's a huge franchise, and I just think, if another lesson I learned early on with this and did better at this competition when I went with known properties, and that seems to be a bit, a known property, good or bad, brings people to the theater.
Once again, Jesse agrees with Cliff. At number 5, he has Jurassic Afterbirth.
Rebirth.
Oh, did I mess that up? Accidentally.
Afterbirth.
I know. I said it on purpose. Oh. Jared, what do you have at number 5?
5 is where I had Thunderbolts.
I'm curious. Somebody that has it right there. Are you happy with what? I mean, it did good, but are you happy with it?
Yeah, I'm the only one who hasn't seen it too, so I have not contributed to my. I need to contribute financially to my list. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm okay with that. I looked the other day, so I'm like, I wonder how much it's made. I think it's already like 200 million or something. So it did okay. I don't know how. Yeah, once some of these other movies start coming out, it's probably going to die off pretty quickly. So yeah, I don't know where it's going to end up, but yeah, I think I'm okay with it. There it seems to be close to where everyone else had it. So
all right, we're halfway through our top 10. Jordan, what is your number 6?
I have this movie higher than anybody.
Yep.
Mission: Impossible: Final: Reckoning.
Part Infinity.
These are big franchises. Tom Cruise is a movie star. And I don't know. I don't know what the returns have been lately. I feel like the last one wasn't as big as people thought it were. You know, the predictors thought it was going to be. But I don't know. It's still those stunts, that widescreen action. People still like seeing that stuff on the big screen. So I didn't want to bet against it. We'll see. Number 6.
Yeah. Yeah. Cliff, what's your number 6?
My number 6 is actually How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, heard of it.
So, I will admit I'm a little surprised you guys picked it higher than I did.
You have it the lowest of all of us. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was picking it a little bit high at 6. But like you guys said, simply going off, nostalgia, my own kids' excitement for it, plus Universal just opened Epic Universe, and they have a How to Train Your Dragon land, a whole land. It's getting spectacular reviews with the show. So yeah, it's, corporate synergy, guys. It's all happening right now at the just perfect moment.
I like it. Jesse, this is where he came in with Fantastic Four. So he was the lowest on Fantastic Four at number 6. So we will see. Jared, what do you got at 6?
It still looks like I think I'm lowest on this one, which where I had Jurassic World. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean,
you could be right on. This could totally be 6.
Yeah, and I think Jurassic Park is one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah,
it came out
this is not that.
My 10th birthday as one of the greatest movie going experiences I ever had in my life.
Absolutely,
I love Jurassic Park, but yeah, these last it's like and I was a dinosaur kid. I was like one of those annoying little kids who could I'll name dinosaurs. You did not want to be around me when I was 7 or whatever. But
now you're Chicken-Jockey.
Yeah, it was that annoying. But yeah, even I'm like, how many of these Jurassic Worlds have there been? Who's in this? There could be a little fatigue of I saw the Chris Pratt one. What is the like you said? So the question is, what kind of boost it a little bit of they're doing something new with a new cast, or is it a little bit of fatigue of it's literally every movie is the same plot. The dinosaurs get out, chaos ensues. Wow. So I don't know. I had it at 6. Like I said, so it's quite a few spots lower. Well, a couple people had it at 5, I think. So a little bit lower, but we'll see. I think it'll be in that area somewhere.
And this is this one stars Scarlett Johansson in this going forward. So Odin doesn't like Lady Jurassic
Lady
Park.
Pratt. Nope, doesn't like a Lady Pratt. At number 6, that's where I had Thunderbolts. I'm reasonably happy with where it's at. It could have done a lot worse. I'm glad it got up to where it's at, and I hope it makes a little bit more. So we will see. At number 7, Jordan, what do you got?
Yeah, 7 is where I put Thunderbolts. So does that make me the lowest on Thunderbolts?
Yes, lowest on Thunderbolts.
I tried to take my fan hat off, and I wanted to see Thunderbolts. It's one of the few movies on the list I'm definitely went to see. I knew I was going to go see, but I tried to, because it's not a huge name star, it's not a big name hero, it's a bunch of B-listers, but I still thought it would work, and I got a good sense of that afterwards. Again, being in a comic shop, the way people talked about it was different. Oh, how was Captain America: A Brave New World? Oh, it's pretty good. It was fine. Cool. That is I'll watch it on Disney Plus in a month.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts was oh man, that was so much better than I thought. Oh, top 5 Marvel. Oh, Marvel's back, baby. So I feel like word of mouth helped this movie. You don't. Oh, it's a Marvel movie. It doesn't need word of mouth. they still do. Movies still need word of mouth. And people who saw it really, really liked it. And it made people like, maybe I won't wait till it comes on streaming. Maybe I'll get out to the theater. So those early returns made me think, is 7 a little too far down the list? Or I don't know. So, again, this is the only movie we really have numbers for already. And I have no idea how well we're doing. But 7, it felt right to me.
Yep, it sounds right. Cliff, what do you got at 7?
Mission Impossible Part Infinity, : simply because I left it off the list last time one of these was out. And logic says it's probably going to be there somewhere.
Yeah, well, spoiler alert. Jared, Jesse, and I also have Mission Impossible at number 7. So Jordan was one above us. All the rest of us agree. I just watched Dead Reckoning tonight. First time since a couple years ago when it came out, and I'm excited about the next one. I think, maybe it'll get a little pop because it's supposedly it seems like it's the last Tom Cruise one anyway. We'll see. At least they're trying to apply that to get people in the theater. And this is my favorite franchise. I can't wait to see it. But I don't think it's going to be any higher than this. I can't imagine it being higher. In fact, this might be too high. It literally is coming out the same weekend as Lilo and Stitch next week, and that's big competition. Like that, you can't even get in the theater. I remember
kids go to the right, dads go to the left.
Yeah, exactly. I remember when Mission Impossible 7 came out, and Tom Cruise was all upset because they were taking them out of the IMAX theaters to put Oppenheimer in there, just a week or so later. And I watched Dead Reckoning tonight. It wasn't even shot in IMAX. like you were getting pretty greedy there wanting the IMAX theater for your non-IMAX movie. But anyway, this one's supposed to be shot in some IMAX. So hopefully we'll get that, because that's how I'm watching it. I'm excited.
If my notes here are correct, I think we all had the same top 7 on different orders, obviously. But I think, all the 7 movies we've talked about so far, we all had in different order for the top 7.
Yeah, this is where everything goes.
Where it goes from here, it's going to get a little wacky.
This is where it's going to get wild. You want to get nuts? We're doing it right now. So what do you got, Jordan, at number 8?
Number 8. I feel like past lists, I've banked on Pixar pretty high. So I kind of moved it to the bottom this time. And Elio, the new Pixar film.
Okay, come and get me.
You okay?
I'm trying to get abducted by aliens.
Elio!
Skipping school!
I don't know if this is boundary testing or sleep regression or... Which one of these is you?
I don't know, but I think that one is you.
My son, are you prepared to become the greatest war machine in the universe?
I don't know.
Your life isn't up there, Elio. You need to make friends.
I just want to belong somewhere. So if any aliens are listening, please come and get me. Okay, bye, love you. It's really happening.
We search the universe
For the dreamers and stargazers
like you.
This is awesome!
Are you gonna eat me?
What? Ew. Oh, no. My name's Elio. Well, what's your name? No one's ever asked me my name before. I'm Glorden. Back home, I didn't fit in. I thought Earth was the problem. But what if it's me? Well, I like you, and you seem fine to me. I never had a friend before. Me neither. Up top.
I am Grygon, prepared to be conquered.
But I just got here.
Perhaps one of us could talk to Lord Grygon.
I am shy.
I'll do it.
What a heroic figure.
I'm finally fitting in, and now Qui-Gon's gonna blow everyone up. My friends need our help.
You made a friend?
Just give me a call. You will feel my wrath. Glorden?
Hi, Dad. I'm a bargaining chip.
No, say the other thing.
Oh, help me, Father.
Quiet, you.
What is that unholy sound? Stop!
These are the lava tunnels.
Gordon, I am not fireproof.
Why didn't you say something?
Gordon!
Just get in my mouth.
It's actually kind of comfy in here.
It is? I've never been in there.
Again, it's hard to bet low on Disney movies, but the world's so weird right now, who knows? I don't know much about the plot. I just know it's Pixar, and that usually means big bucks. I don't know.
I don't feel like there's a lot of hype behind this one, Jordan. Other than it's Pixar, and they had their outstanding record of good quality family movies. I had to go and watch the trailer because I was like, I don't know what this is. And then I watched the trailer and I was like, oh yeah, I remember seeing this trailer at some point earlier. But I was like, well, I forgot about it. So how high do I want to put this movie? So yeah. I don't think it belongs at the top, but just because it's Pixar, it's family. And I think I looked at when it was scheduled for release was somewhat favorable. And so I was like, well, this is, somewhere in that neighborhood sounds about right.
Cliff, what do you got? Number 8.
Not Elio. After all that, I said. I have John Wick, Ballerina.
Something like that.
It's a
close enough.
It's a franchise. I have no idea. I've never seen any of these movies. I think it's Ana de Armas. She's in this movie. People seem to really like them. They're action-y, I guess, and I'll probably never see this, but I feel like it's a moneymaker.
Okay. Jesse once again. Jesse agrees with Cliff. Jesse,
we are on the same
really,
page.
really. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the 6th matching pick of Jesse and Cliff.
Wow, we copied each other apparently.
Yep.
He's not here. He copied me. I can say that because he's not here.
Oh, I agree. He's saying it after you. You're saying it, and then he's saying it. Jared, what do you got at number 8?
Okay, so I've got a new one to the list here at number 8, so I must have this higher. This is where I put Karate Kid : Legends. I will say, we talked about we did this list a couple weeks ago. I saw like a trailer the other day, and I was like, this does not look that great. Like it was not giving me anything to want to see this movie. I don't know. I don't know what this is. I'm confused about it. I don't know why it is or what it is.
Yeah.
But it's like, people love Cobra Kai, so I'm like, there's some people will definitely go see this.
Well,
this is probably a little high. Like as I get a little perspective, and I
will say this: two things. One, it's not on my list, even in my dark horses. 3 things. What? I don't even have it anywhere because I just have no faith in it. 2. When I saw the trailer, I could have just not even watched the trailer if I just listened to it. And you hear the little drums from Karate Kid 2. They're playing through the whole trailer. I said, this is going to be my favorite movie ever. And then 3, I already have my tickets for it. They just finally went on sale yesterday, nice. And I've already reserved them. But it's not on my list, and I feel good about it.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, I love Karate Kid too, but I love Karate Kid.
I love Karate Kid 2 as well.
I know. I knew you were going to say.
But I don't have it on anywhere on my list. It was in my first draft. I put like 15 movies and cut 2 of them to get my 13 or whatever, and that was one I had to cut off. I just I know why I love Karate Kid. I know why I love Cobra Kai, but I don't see it as a blockbuster.
It could totally be there. It could totally be like number 9 or 10. It could happen.
So it could squeeze into the bottom of the list.
Then it gonna be 8. I'm gonna scoff. I'm gonna pull out another scoff.
You guys are all talking about
you didn't learn your lesson,
Karate Kid.
No, I never do. Why start now?
But why you love Karate Kid? I guarantee none of you. It's because of Mr. Han.
Oh no.
Very good point.
So then, okay, I at number 8. This is a new movie on the list here. I mean, who freaking knows? I don't know any of this. This is all guessing, and we're doing wild stuff here, but I'm slotting in F1.
Some people look at Sonny Hayes. They see a guy who lives in a van, a gambling junkie who missed his shot, the best that never was. But I see possibility.
And if you don't love me now, we'll never.
My Rook is a phenomenal talent, but he's young.
Never break the chain.
You plus him, boom! I got a team.
When was the last time you won a race?
Sunday, Daytona.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Formula One.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then same as you.
There's this new guy. He's old. He's such a prick. He's quick though.
If you had any constructive criticism for each other, what would it be?
Don't be such an awesome dickhead. That was constructive.
Wow.
Did you win something? There's 20 other drivers still out on that track. Do you think any of them respect us?
They're saying Sonny Hayes isn't a has-been. He's a never was.
If the last thing I do is drive that car, I will take that life, man. 1,000 times.
I'm offering you an open seat in Formula One. The only place you could say, if you win, you are the absolute best in the world.
Never break the chain.
This is the F1 movie. Now it's going to be huge worldwide, and we don't get any of that because F1 is a worldwide phenomenon. And I watch F1, and there's a great show on Netflix that follows it called Drive. I think Drive. I don't even. That's not the title. But anyway, it's interesting, and people like racing cars and Brad Pitt. And we'll see. It might fail. It might not. But I'm gonna go see it. I'm excited to see it over the movies that are below this. So I'm put in there. It could be good. And I think I may have looked at the date and thought that it was a good date for it and stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's one of those that it's, like you said, it's got a movie star. It's, it's probably exciting, sort of thing. But yeah, I feel like the fan base in America specifically is pretty niche. So yeah, I didn't.
It's good. It's the Days of Thunder for our day, maybe. Yeah. All right, Jordan, what do you got here at number 9? Is this your summer Garfield pick?
This is my Garfield Memorial 2025 pick.
Garfield died.
You didn't see the movie?
Oh no.
He died at the box
I don't
office.
know. Yeah, he did it. He choked.
I will say before you say this, this is the only appearance of this movie on anyone's list.
That's fine. That's perfect. Yeah, the bottom of these lists, who knows?
Exactly.
Talking, who knows?
This could be your winning pick.
Right. So
that's what I'm
saying.
Garfield was your losing pick last year.
Yeah, is this where people win or lose with these ones that
yes,
other people don't
100%. That's why I won last year with down here at the bottom.
So last year I had just the gut feeling it would be the summer of Garfield. I thought
he was saying Furiosa when it was Anya Taylor. What was it? Oh, Lasagna Taylor-Joy.
So there weren't a whole lot of movies after these top 7 or 8 that I thought were sure things. So I went with a kids movie. Again, it could bomb. Who knows? It could be huge. So I just said, let's go Smurfs. They're doing another Smurfs movie. That's a known franchise. The kids,
Rihanna.
The kids still know these characters after all these years. So let's take a shot.
This summer, when we need a hero, look up.
I think I just smurfed my pants.
Please don't stop the music.
In Smurf Village, every day is a party. Every Smurf has a job, like Grouchy.
I hate having a job.
Influencer.
Smash that subscribe button.
And me, the coolest Smurf in the whole village.
Yep, isn't it grand living in a place where nothing ever goes wrong?
Oh no, something's wrong.
Everyone, listen to me. Your lives are in terrible danger. Smurf Village isn't safe anymore.
Come on, we gotta rescue Papa.
To save their world, run away. They must come to ours.
Whoa, where are we?
It's Paris.
Get out of the way.
Come on,
I'm Papa Smurf's brother. You Smurfs don't know Smurf about Smurf.
I can smurf that Smurf up and have it delivered to your house.
That sounds like a load of Smurf.
Hey, stick a Smurf in it.
They will face new villains.
This is the handiwork of the evil wizards Gargamel and his brother Rosamel.
We're going to play a game called Let's Squish a Smurf Till All You Smurfs Are Squashed.
That doesn't sound like a fun game.
Team up with new allies.
We're the International Neighborhood Watch Smurfs, Paris Division.
And take adventure.
It's time for you to find out what a Smurf really is.
To a whole new dimension.
What's happening?
Hang on!
That was absolutely terrifying.
I think I swallowed my gum.
Smurfs.
Food delivery for Rosamel the Wizard.
So you can just order any kind of food from anywhere.
Absolutely. Just make sure you tip the driver ahead of time or they'll lick everything.
Kids love Smurfs. Kids love Rihanna.
Yeah,
Jordan mentioned.
I will say
Smurfs.
I had that one.
Sorry. I was just going
to say I had that one under consideration, and I ended up leaving it off. But I saw like a little trailer there today. It looked so cute. Like the animation was so. I really liked like the style of animation they were doing. I was like, oh man, that could be one of those kind of underground. Not that's underground.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the Smurfs. There's been Smurf movies before, but I was like, okay, it's a little different. You know, it's not just one of those like they're hanging out with the live action people. I was like, this could be something. So I don't
I had the exact opposite reaction. I saw the trailer and yesterday and was like, oh my god, I'll never watch this. But then again, I equated it to like watching Trolls World Tour trailer. I've never seen any of those, but I got the exact same feeling, and I think those were pretty big.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Get it trending, folks. Hashtag Summer of Smurf.
Summer of Smurf.
Summer of Smurf.
There's got to be something. We need to workshop that.
Yeah. So I watched this trailer as I was starting
Roll
to make
this
my
into
list.
your 9th pick. Yeah.
And for Smurfs. And I'm with the Lows. I was like, oh, the Smurfs don't look too bad here, and I wrote it down, and then it eventually came off the list because I was like, oh, there's too many family movies on my list. I need to switch it up a little bit. And then I was talking to Jordan in the shop one day, and he mentioned Smurfs, and I was like, uh-oh, did I make a mistake? But yeah, it was a cute trailer, and I mean, if it slipped in at 9 or 10, I absolutely would not be surprised.
I would, but go. What is your 9?
So my 9 is another animated movie. It's Elio, the Pixar movie Jordan talked about earlier. Same reasons. It's Pixar, coming off of Inside Out 2 last year that was enormously popular, and I just think it's going to ride those coattails a little bit from last summer and sneak in there.
All right. Jesse finally does not agree with you, but he's going with something that you'll probably wish you picked because you want to be the one probably to have this movie the highest, but you don't. Jesse's getting freaky and going with the freakiest Friday ever. So
yeah, I mean, another Disney movie. Freakier Friday. Jamie Lee is back with the whole family. She's got the granddaughters now, and they're all gonna get freaky.
I hope. Does that have Jodie Foster?
No,
that's my Freaky Friday. That's the one the one I remember.
Nobody,
the multiverse
nobody
of Freaky Friday.
Remember that one.
That's what they should do. Is full on.
She has a cameo.
Just like a whole body swap crossover with everything. Every body swap movie ever. I start thinking about that. Can't go down that road. No time. Jared, number 9.
Yeah, 9 is where I had Elio as well. So I agree with Cliff on that one. Yeah, I just saw the trailer, I think, for the first time the other day, and it looked funny. It looked cute. Yeah, it's like I could see it being one of those that I did notice on the trailer. It said it was like from Pixar, and it said from the makers of Inside Out 2 specifically. I was like, okay, I guess that was their last biggest movie, but like, they don't say Toy Story and Finding Nemo anymore, I guess.
No.
That's from the maker of Inside Out 2 specifically.
Yeah, because that was number 1 last year, so that's
exactly.
We're back at all. I also have,
but it looked cute. It's like a bunch of the character design of like, the different aliens and stuff looked very it could be lend itself to toys and things like that. So yeah, hopefully it's one of those that kind of catches on a little bit.
Yeah, I looked at that and it looked like just some bland Pixar thing I'm never gonna watch and don't care about. But I've got it at number 9 just in case it hits. Okay, we're at our final your final pick here, number 10. What do you got, Jordan?
Oh, again, a tough call to what's going to squeak into that top 10, but I put F1. Same reasons we talked about. Brad Pitt is still a movie star. We don't have a ton of movie stars, but people still go to the theater just for him. Thought the trailer, I'm not a racing guy, but I thought the trailer was good. The action looked cool. Brad Pitt's always cool in a role. And I'd seen something, it got the endorsement or something, like some of these F1 drivers like either helped behind the scenes or did some, I'm sure Brad Pitt shadowed them or whatever. So if it has the endorsement of the actual sport, I'm sure there's going to be promotion and the people who enjoy the sport are going to be more likely to see it. And then you said, Americans love racing. We're a racing culture. F1's maybe not our preferred method, but we like racing. So again, it's going to be loud. It's going to be, tires screeching and engines roaring. And I think people might go to the theater to see.
Hope you're right. Cliff, this is your honorary. You should have picked Smurfs pick. What do you got here at number 10?
Number 10, I had several things.
You have several things in number 10?
I mean, in different versions of this list, I had several different things here on the spot. but eventually, finally, I just went with gut, franchise, Tron, Ares.
That comes out October 10th.
Oh no, did I get purple crayoned? Does it really?
Cross it out with a purple crayon.
Oh, oh no.
Yeah.
I did not realize that.
Should have went Smurfs.
Wow. Should have picked the Smurfs. I looked at, I couldn't tell you how many summer movie anticipated. Was it originally scheduled for summer?
Oh.
Really? Well, shit. I'm just going to write purple crayon right there. Number 10.
You got purple crayoned. Jesse didn't agree.
I wonder why.
But I'm not going to reveal his. He picked the same thing. Number 10 is an important spot because you get those extra points. If you nail number 10 or number 1, you get 13 points, not just 10. So this is a good one to have at number 10. You know, what if you hit? And Jesse and Jared have the same movie at number 10. What'd you pick, Jared?
Okay, so on behalf of Jesse, I guess I'll represent both of us here. So, yeah, you know, like I said, we're into some of the lower, you know, probably some of the lower ones here. So I wanted to go with something that a franchise. Okay, what does a lot of money at the box office? Cheap horror movies. Okay, and what have we been talking about all night? Nostalgia. Mix them all together, you get I Know What You Did Last Summer. So that's the one I had in a 10. Now, I thought I saw something or read something about, like, apparently Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze are, like, both in this movie or something. So it's like they're bringing back people from the original, the people very nostalgic for.
The only reason Sarah Michelle Gellar's not in it is because she freaking died the first one.
Okay, yeah. I had not seen it for 25 years. So I couldn't have told you. But yeah, so I went with that one. Like I said, it's, you know, those dumb slasher movies seem to make a ton of money anyway. Obviously, there's nostalgia for that you know, late 90s, kind of some of those late 90s horror movies. The Scream franchise still going strong. So, yeah, took a flyer on that one. We'll see. Jesse's a smart man. He did the same.
Yeah. Let's see. At least me. This is where I put all the 4-year-olds are going to go see Ballerina, Wick movie. So we'll see.
Dancing in the Eye.
I could totally see this slipping into the top 10. I mean, could be higher. It could be not anywhere in there. I don't know. Nobody likes a Lady Wick. So we'll see. All right. That's our top 10s. Now we have our dark horses. So when your turn comes up, just say all 3 of your dark horse picks. That if you happen to get anything wrong and one of these movies is in there, you're at least going to snag a point, no matter where it shows up. So what do you got, Jordan, in your dark horses?
And 1 point may make the difference. We're also cluttered together and close. So.
Super close last year.
My wild cards were 1. That's where I put Ballerina. I don't know how to judge these Wick movies. They always do well, but again, it's a spin-off, not technically a sequel. Stars a lady. I don't know. So it's probably going to be big, but I wasn't confident enough to say top 10 big. And then 2, I put Megan 2.0. We talked about horror movies do good. PG-13 horror movies can get, you know, the younger kids can go see it. And some of these sequels of movies like this, sci-fi and horror, do better because it's had years on streaming to build an audience. You know, the first one did really well, but more people have seen it since then. So I feel like it could be even bigger than the first one. So I took a flyer on that one. And 3 is where I put Freakier Friday. I don't know. This feels, I have nothing for this movie. It could have been a TV streaming Netflix type movie. Or everyone who's ever seen it watches it once a month and loves it, and is going to take their whole family to see it. I don't know. So it could be enormous, but I didn't want to give it a top 10 slot, so I just put it here because who knows? The world's
All
a
right.
weird, crazy place.
Cliff.
Okay, hopefully I'll nail all, get some points here with one of these. So I agree with everything you just said. The horror aspect, I feel like that is a perfect spot in the dark horses to pick some horror movies. So going off of nostalgia, I've heard people talk about this. I've seen things online, reading about, what people are looking forward to going to see this summer. And so I've got Final Destinations, Bloodlines. It's got, I just think people are excited about it. The other one, kind of doubling up here, 28 Years Later, seems to have some buzz behind it. Nostalgia again. It's a franchise. It's been a long time since they've done one. And then Freakier Friday. It was that Freaky Friday was like that, and like Mean Girls. Those have all been on heavy rotation in my household for years since they came out, and I just feel like if that's the case, there's probably enough other households that those types of movies breed some nostalgia for them, and people will, they'll want to take their kids to go see them after they grew up with them.
Jesse had Megan too. He is the only other one to have Karate Kid Legends Anywhere. He's got it as a dark horse, and he's got one nobody else has anywhere. Is Nobody 2. The trailer just came out this past week. It's the Bob Odenkirk, John Wick type movie, and I thought the first one was all right. I'll probably see this, but that's what he's got. Jared, what do you got in your dark horses?
Yeah, so a couple of them were just talked about. So this one, for kind of the same reasons I ended up putting I Know What You Did Last Summer at 10. I'm with Cliff on this one. I've got Final Destination as one of the dark horses. I think I saw the first one many years ago, but I'm not a fan of that franchise. But I went back and looked at it, so I'm like, have there been like 20 of those? I couldn't remember. I think there were like maybe 3 or 4, but there hasn't been one in a while.
This is like the 6th one.
Yeah.
So
but,
there's been
Jared, if you're old enough, do you remember seeing that log, the first movie that had that infamous log truck
I think it's the
scene?
second. I think that's the second movie. But,
was it? Okay.
Yeah.
That's the one I saw.
Yeah.
So it's like it'd been a few years since that one, so I feel like we're kind of getting back into the you see memes and stuff about some of those earlier ones. So okay, I had Final Destination on there. I also had Mithrigan 2.0 or Megan 2.0. Same reasons Jordan said. That one I think did okay, the first one, and it'll I'm sure people, it's just a dumb horror movie to go to, so I could see that one doing well. I may be the only person that had my third dark horse. I went with a comedy. I feel like we haven't not had too many comedies on here. I don't think they make comedies anymore like they used to back in the day. This is
Enrico Palazzo
remake. It's a Naked Gun remake that's coming out.
Not a remake. This is a sequel.
Or a new, sequel, I guess. Yes. So, Liam Neeson, Naked Gun. I don't know if people are nostalgic for that one. I mean, they're funny, but who knows?
I am. I'm not. I saw the trailer and wasn't over the moon about it, but I love the idea of it. I love the Naked Gun movies, and I think Liam Neeson's the right guy to be doing it for sure. He's been memed so many times about Taken. He just might as well lean into it. My dark horses are Freakier Friday and Final Destination. I have no idea I kind of feel bad I don't have Megan in here because I do think that could be something. But I went with Bad Guys 2. It's a cartoon kids movie. I thought there's a chance that makes some money. I don't know. So I went with that over the horror movie there.
Yeah, that was on my list at one point. I mean, that's a very popular, book series. It's no Dogman, but it's a very popular kind of book series. The kids know about that one. Yeah, I think the first one probably did pretty good. So yeah, that one was on my list at one point. Kind of ended up falling off, but yeah, not a bad dark horse.
We will see. We did it. That's what you got. We're locked in. We've been locked in for a couple weeks here, but we finally get to etch it in stone here. So we will return with an episode wrapping all this up here in about 3 or 4 months and talk about who won and get the verdict. I like this. It makes it's the whole idea of betting on stuff like this is just care to make it interesting is the phrase. That's we don't have a lot of stakes here. Oh no, someone's going to make us watch something good. But it's just fun.
It's been fun the last couple of years. If nothing else, I pay a little bit more attention to movies, and sometimes it might encourage me to watch one of these that because I have it on a list that I wouldn't normally watch, and sometimes I like those movies. So,
oh yeah,
heck yeah.
Well, I'm obsessed with going to the movies, so. Are
there rules against corruption of like going to see a movie 11 or 12 times and try to push it?
We encourage it. We encourage it. If you could pull something like that off, if you could make some TikTok that gets a bunch of kids to go puke and watch a movie like you did last time, then go for it. Do it. TikTokstradamus. Whatever you got to do. Me, I'm going to just see the movies next. I'm excited. 1 week from tonight, I'm going to be in Columbus watching a double feature, a 3-hour Mission Impossible movie followed by, what's his name? Tim Robinson's Friendship movie with Paul Rudd. I'm going to be trying not to fall asleep, but I'm going to watch all that. Yeah. I love going to the movies, so.
There you have it, folks. There's our summer movie challenge. How much good stuff do we have to look forward to? We got months worth of great entertainment. Months worth of Ka-Pow podcasting still to go. We promised a bracket a while back. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but that's still coming. It's still coming, folks.
It's all coming.
It's all on the way. So, Jared, thank you for joining us. I hope you feel confident about your picks.
I do, yeah. I was, we submit these without knowing what the other people are submitting, just so people understand. So, yeah, when you submit them, I was like, I didn't know if this was wrong. I was going to get laughed out of the room. But, yeah, I feel more confident now that I'm pretty much in line with where you guys were with a few, wild cards. So, yeah, I'm feeling good.
Well, now you'll be in the correct message chain as I submit weekly updates of the score. And you'll see where you're at.
Yeah.
See what's happening.
Yeah, and if you end up winning, then there might be problems.
Oh,
we're happy to have you as long as you don't win.
Yeah. Then we might flip the script next year, turn things around, change up the rules or something.
But yeah, be thinking about your wager, what you might want your fellow KPPers to watch and discuss.
I already know. I've had mine picked since last year. After I picked Big Fan, I was like, okay, I know what next year is when I win.
Yeah, I'm not picking anything. I don't want to jinx anything and be like, I'm get myself all excited. I'm going to
make us watch Tron.
Whatever. So yeah, Tron.
Yeah. Make us all go stand outside the theater till Tron comes.
Talked over.
You guys are going to laugh it up, and then when I make you watch Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Oh, don't make us do that. I'd rather watch, what was your Steve Guttenberg thing you were going to make us watch? All right. We did it.
All righty, folks. We will see you at the movies. My name is Jordan Lowe.
That's the line I was going to say. Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth. Bye forever.
Ka-Pow, the Pop Cultured Podcast, is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Sounds, music, and clips played during the podcast are property of copyright holders. All original content is property of Ka-Pow, the Pop Cultured Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave a comment. KPP can be found on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, YouTube Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever podcasts can be found. You can connect with us through social media on Facebook, YouTube, or email Ka-Pow, the Pop Cultured Podcast @gmail.com. Join our Patreon page to help support the show at patreon.com/udownwithkpp for special content and early access to episodes. We are grateful to anyone who chooses to contribute. Most of our content will remain free, so please click the thumbs up, like, share, and ask your friends. You down with KPP?